for the balance of my time.
I thank them. And obviously, the chairman anticipated my asking him why he said that we wouldn't take any of these bills up until we had voted in early May on a broader bill, and it's now July, and we haven't, and he has no intention of doing it because I think he doesn't have the votes. And so he checked on my prior quote, but he said he was surprised to have me do something. Here's the record. From 1995 to 2006, the Republicans in the House passed one bill. Now, it was a bill the gentleman from Alabama voted for. The gentleman from California, Mr. Royce, the gentleman from New Jersey, Ms. Garrett, thought it was a terrible bill. It failed in the Senate by Republicans. In 2007, as the gentleman from Colorado said, when the Democrats took power, we worked with Secretary Paulson and gave the administration the bill they mostly wanted. It is that bill which was used in 2008 to put them into receivership. So it was into conservatorship. It is a result of actions taken when we went into power, unlike theirs, that stopped the bleeding. Peter Wallison, when I asked him, a leading advocate for their side on the Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, at least on part of their side, they're very divided on this, said that the 2005 bill, which the gentleman from Alabama voted for, was not a good bill. The 2007 bill, he said, yes, that was a very good bill. So he's surprised because he hadn't been paying attention. But when we took over in 2007, we passed the bill in 2008 that put him in a receivership, in a conservatorship. We then said, yes, we would go over the broader financial reform. But now let's look at this year. And I will ask the chairman, maybe he'll tell me, when he said, according to Reuters on April 6th, nothing of these bills will go to full committee until the full committee has had a hearing and a vote on the broader legislation. Is that still the case? The gentleman from New Jersey thinks his bills are going forward. Are they going forward? What happened between May and why in April did they complain that we were slowing things down, and 3 months ago they haven't had it? So I hope the gentleman from Colorado will yield to the gentleman from Alabama. Does that still hold? You're going to have a vote on the Hensling bill? Do these bills still have to wait for it? Is what you said in May no longer valid?
Would you like me to respond? Are you yielding time to me? Yes. In fact, what happened in April is I met with Secretary Geithner and Secretary Donovan, along with the subcommittee chairman, and Mr. Neugenbauer was present, Mr. Garrett, Mr. Henserling, Ms. Capito, and Ms. Biggert. And they requested a month or two to come up with a comprehensive plan. They did agree with us that the time to act was now, and I know we seem to have some dissension now. And I've always stated that the housing is the most volatile part of discretionary spending. So I think we all agree we want to do it right. I talked to Secretary Donovan last week, and he promised again that they would get me something within the next week or two, and I think he's also talking with you.
Mr. Chairman, I'd ask you to understand that the gentleman from Colorado have 2 additional minutes that he had yielded to the gentleman from Alabama.
So that we are, as we have for the last year, we're continuing to wait for the administration to put something on the table.
The gentleman from Colorado yield to me?
We welcome that if y'all want to put a proposal on the table.
Gentleman, yield to me? Well, it is extraordinary. Obama won't let them do it. Last year, they knew what to do. They had the Hensling bill, and they were upset that it wouldn't go forward. The Hensling bill was introduced in March of 2010, and the chairman said, we'll have a vote on the Hensling bill. On this one issue, apparently, of all of the issues in the world, people who have very little regard for the expertise of the Obama administration, who are quite critical of it, can't act until Obama lets them do it. All of what they were going to do last year is suddenly now inoperative. And the chairman didn't say, according to Reuters, I'm waiting for Donovan and Geithner to tell us how to proceed so we can work together with them. He said there were going to be a vote in early May on the Hensling legislation. The gentleman said, I'm imputing motives. I am. Here's the motive I'm imputing. Namely, that the Republicans, having staked out this position that was very appealing to many of them ideologically, that you simply abolish Fannie and Freddie and don't put anything in its place. And while there's agreement, as the gentleman from California, Mr. Campbell said, in abolishing Fannie and Freddie, there's disagreement about to what extent you put something in its place and how it's structured. They now that they're in the majority can't act on what they were upset that we didn't do for them last year. And they are finding all kinds of reasons not to live up to that. And so the gentleman said that these bills aren't going to...
The gentleman from Colorado yield.
I would just ask the gentleman to finish He didn't answer my question.
Yes.
Are these
it
bills,
was
I'm sorry,
subsequent- it was
let me just ask the
if you
question
yield.
and get more time. Is it still operative? Are these bills going to go to full committee or not, or do they still have to wait for the Hensling bill or Obama or Godot?
Thank you. I'm going to repeat what I just said. Subsequent to me making that statement, the administration asked for more time to present a plan.
So the
And,
bill won't come up until Obama says it can?
Look, and I think I said earlier.
The gentleman yields back, and the gentleman.
I move to strike the last word. Over here, is it our side?
It is our side, the gentleman from California, and if it is recognized, and if he wishes to yield to the chairman.
No, I have my own statement, so if
Okay.
you'd like to yield to someone else, to yield to the chairman right now, that's fine, but,
Now I'll recognize the gentleman from California.
all right, thank you, Mr. Chairman. You know, what's actually before us right now is this Royce bill.